We've got a field of 12 here, and they'll be in the back straight before you know it. Let's get up to Darren Flindell for his call of the midway on Tab Epsom Day.
Basically the last chance to squeeze into the Everest in a fortnight from now. Now, Dr. Evil goes in. Note that Greg Hickman's runner here, Loving Silla, is in the stable colours. Verbeck, take a change of colours now, and that's Verbeck going forward. Whiskey Wisdom can go Troppo. That's it.
Okay, so we've lost Darren Flindell. He's still calling on the PA at the moment, so it's going to be Celestial Beauty going to the lead. Go Troppo is going up on the outside, and the Ben Smith runner, Whiskey Wisdom, who's getting the trail behind Go Troppo. So as they go towards the back, and it is single crowd. Verbeck in front. Verbeck now from Go Troppo. Whiskey Wisdom's got into third spot, and then Extreme Freedom, followed by Celestial Fury. Still haven't got Darren back. Jess Andy's back midfield. Our Marianne's following it. It's about fourth last on the rails. Dr. Evil's back last on the inside. It's Verbeck in front of Go Troppo, and behind them is Whiskey Wisdom. Now, then you've got Extreme Freedom, and back behind those there in the... where's our Marianne? Still well back on the fence. Dr. Evil's back last. So as they come around the home turn, and it'll be Verbeck leading them up from Go Troppo. Extreme Freedom. Whiskey Wisdom can't get out. So Go Troppo's got up on the outside of Verbeck. Extreme Freedom. Whiskey Wisdom can't get out. Phillipsburg's coming at them right now. Right down the outside. It's Go Troppo in front of Verbeck. Phillipsburg. And now coming home right down the outside is Loving Silla. Loving Silla in the Hickman colours is going up to Phillipsburg and grabbed it. So it'll be Loving Silla beating Phillipsburg. Dr. Evil's close up. He's flashed late out wide. And back over on the inside was Jess Andy. It'll be Loving Silla. Greg Hickman, the trainer. Tyler Schiller, the rider, beating Phillipsburg. It'll be tight when they get down to the line, but it looks as though it might have just got up right on the post. Loving Silla for Greg Hickman and Tyler Schiller. Here's the low shot. Loving Silla, Phillipsburg. I think that's Dr. Evil's nose that's going to come home late on the outside. No, he's probably run fourth. Go Troppo might have held on for third. Loving Silla, Ronnie. Yeah, she deserved that. Greg's got it going really, really well, and she just had no luck. So it was her turn to find a bit of luck today with the patient Tyler Schiller ride down the middle of the track there, and was too good for Phillipsburg, who's just nearly landed some nice bets there. He's just can't get the job done, but he still went another good race there today, and it's pretty close there for third. We'll wait and see what number they come up with, but yeah, a bit of a messy race. Our Marianne run into a lot of trouble down the straight. State of America never really got clear running, although when he did get out the last, well, no, I don't think he ever got out, to tell you the truth. So a race we'll have to watch again and again, but it's a typical midway pretty bunch finish, and a deserved winner, I still think.
Another terrific ride by Tyler Schiller. We were discussing before the first race, there's a little bit of a headwind coming into the straight, and he wasn't concerned because he was going to be on back markers all day, but just let the speed go, settle back, got this horse in a beautiful, comfortable rhythm, and charged late, and deserved win for Loving Silla.
Well done, Greg Hickman. Loving Silla, fourth up today after a placing in a midway, and swooped on them late.
Yeah, no, it panned out perfect. It was like Randwick of old, back and got home down the outside. So, look, the work's been up to scratch since last time. Probably a bit unlucky last start, not a little bit closer, but we elected to come the outside and uninterrupted run, and hopefully it paid off.
You were hoping today that she'd be well placed in a midway.
Yeah, well, she's going good enough. I mean, she might even get over a little bit further yet, but doesn't look like a stayer, but she's going super.
What about your runner later today in the Flight Stakes? Can you win a Group 1 with Private Legacy?
Look, there's some nice horses in this, but all I can tell you is since the last run, she hasn't put a foot wrong. She's actually probably come on. Probably a similar sort of run to that. If we get that, she'll be right there, Greg.
Well done in the first. It's a Group 3 worth $250,000. Yet to produce a slipper winner, the Jim Crack. Here's Darren.
Loaded and we're ready to go on the Jim Crack. Stand by for a start. The 1,000-metre scamper for the 2-year-old fillies. Red light still blinking. Ready now. Gates are back. They're off and racing. Repose jumped well. So did Lady Tasseled out wide, and Erno's Cube's going with her as well. Manala's pushing through into a leading role. Then came the favourite, Lady of Camelot, is out very wide in the early part. Celestial Bling whips up the fence. Repose gets back now on the inside of Invincible Madison. Then to Toka from Elanea, and Uma Better is the last one. Lady Tasseled goes to a clear lead now from Erno's Cube. The favourite on a 3-wide path, Lady of Camelot. Celestial Bling fourth on the rails. Then came Manal from Repose as they straighten up. Lady Tasseled at the 400 metres led the way by a length. On the outside, Lady of Camelot, Erno's Cube, Celestial Bling held up. Then came Manal working into the clear inside Repose. It's Lady of Camelot at the furlong, racing to a length lead. Celestial Bling behind them trying to pick up. In front, Lady of Camelot, Manal and Repose is winding up on the outside. Manal and Repose, Manal, Celestial Bling, the fence, Manal the middle, 3-way go, Manal, Repose ducked out sharply and cost itself a serious chance there, and Celestial Bling late. 3-way go. Then came Alanea from Lady of Camelot, Lady Tasseled, further back to Uma Bet. Then came to Toka, Erno's Cube and Invincible Madison.
Well, he only arrived back in the saddle on Wednesday, Tommy Berry, and I think he has picked up a Group 3 Jim Crack at one of his first few rides back. Here's Celestial Bling in the white getting up on the fence. Lady of Camelot in the yellow, and Manal now in the Emirates colours. Grabs Celestial Bling. You can't see Celestial Bling's nose. We will on this shot. It's Manal. Manal beats Celestial Bling and Repose. Well done, Tommy Berry, but more importantly, well picked by Corey Brown at $26 as the pick of the yard. Number 8, Manal has scored.
Wow, that's a good tip. That's a good tip because there wasn't much there to tip off the trials, but Michael does a great job with these 2-year-olds, and good on you, Tommy. And that race did not run to the trials, that's for sure, because they would be the two that you thought, oh, they'll need a run, but she gets the job done, the Tessort filly, and only narrowly from the very well-trialled Celestial Bling. I don't know, it's close for second and third. And Repose, did she throw it away? Maybe yes. The other horse out in the market just had a look at the winning post there late and ducked off the track and could well have cost her the race.
Yeah, another terrific ride by Tommy Berry. Good to see him back in the winner's circle. He was here on Wednesday. He started back on Wednesday. Said he got handled a few times, got pushed around, and the boys were, making him look a little bit foolish. But today he put this horse in the perfect spot, and simply from the parade, I thought this horse had run really, really well. She handled herself well. Congratulations to Tommy Berry in the Freedman camp. Well done, Corey. And yes, Repose ducking out sharply near the line. Numbers are up. 8 Manal, 3 Celestial Bling, 9 Repose. 57.87, 57.87, 34.36 the last 600. Tommy Berry comes back on Manal. Congratulations, Tommy. How good is it to be back in the winner's circle, mate?
I promised I wouldn't get emotional, but then these guys come along. It's been a long road ahead, and learned so much about myself while I was off, and built such a good relationship with my kids. Just things that it's just made me come into racing with a new lease of life and a new way of looking at things. And so many people to thank on my my comeback, my family, my friends, the boys at the turf farm, the champions, they'll be roaring right now. My manager, Paul Joyce, for sticking with me. I gave him hell the last 6 months I was riding, and if I've forgotten anyone, and Dad at home, I love you, mate.
Take us through the race.
Yeah, look, she bounced really well, and I actually sent Michael Friedman a message last night. I said, is she all right? You know, she kept blowing in the market, but we knew she just had so much improvement coming out of her first trial, and all the Michaels do, but full credit to the team, and geez, Michael, he's got a good team this year. I can't wait.
Well done, bud.
Thanks, Corey.
Here's race 3, the Arrowfield Breeders' Plate.
There's the light. We're ready to go. The colts are set to fly. 11 of them this year. Stand by. Racing now. And Force Red in the red jacket jumped quite nicely. Highness is there. So's the favourite Scampy looking for the lead. Straight Charge is moving forward out wide as Scampy takes the lead on settling. Straight Charge moves down the outside into second. Then Force Red. Highness in the black cap's going to settle fifth now. Espionage deeper out from Volatile. Then Capitol Hill back on the rails. Fearless back in the field, travelling a bit keen on the outside of Prost. A length to 2 soon. And Counterpart is last in the Breeders' Plate. Scampy in front around the turn from the other favourite, Straight Charge. Highness in a 3-wide position, third. Espionage is cruising into the race nicely, and further back to Fearless, getting right to the outsider. Straight Charge moved up on the outsider. Scampy, favourite under siege, and now running on strongly as Espionage the outside. It's Straight Charge and Espionage. Straight Charge the inside of Espionage. Nothing in this. Straight Charge lifting from Espionage, who's got the nose in front, and I think Espionage has wanted a nose to Straight Charge. Prost got up for third, then Force Red and Fearless. Further back to Counterpart, Highness, Volatile. Then came too soon from Capitol Hill, and the favourites weakened out Scampy. It's run near last.
It's a photo, Espionage, Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Bott. Straight Charge, Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Bott. Either way, Gay will win her 8th Breeders' Plate. Adrian is first. Blake Shin using hands and heels. Espionage on the outside of Straight Charge. Who's it going to be? Outside. It looks as though it's going to be the outside. Number 5 gets it. Espionage, Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Bott. Blake Shin by Zeus Star out of In Times of War. Espionage has won the Breeders' Plate, beaten the stablemate Straight Charge, and Prost will be third.
Well, again, a little bit of an upset, but they spec'd it away very, very heavily late there. So they knew what they were doing with Espionage, and he gets the job done in the last stride from a very gallant Straight Charge who really was dug in there for the fight. And Prost he's improved dramatically into 3rd spot there. So he did pop there, Scampy, when the pressure was applied. He didn't find anything at all. And just keep an eye out for that horse Counterpart. He'll be all right later on. He lost the plot early in that race, but loved the way he hit the line late there, making up good ground with a hidden run. But good effort. Interesting to line the times up from the first to the second race to the third race. I'm thinking that would be a bit quicker.
It was a fairly good win there, Ronnie. This horse, they got a little bit messy there around about the 600-metre mark, and he was popped out and exposed. He was 3 and 4 wide on entering the straight. Blake Shin just let him take his time, let him balance up. He didn't win by a big margin, but I think it was a pretty tough win in the end.
It's a Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Bott trifecta. Number 5, the winner, Espionage. Blake Shin coming back, beating number 12, Straight Charge and Prost. Now they've run 57.85, just 200ths quicker than the fillies. The fillies ran 57.87. The boys 57.85. They've run home in 34.26. So just a fraction quicker home. That's the Breeders. Adrian, a Breeders' Plate win, but a trifecta to boot.
Yeah, three quality horses, and we've been fortunate enough to be supported by owners that are going to the sales and buying these quality types, these colt prospects, and each of those first 3 across the line are for significant investors in the industry. So, it's important that they've performed well today, and all 3 have got significant upside. But taking nothing away from the winner, he was really in for the fight. He had to cover a bit of ground, and his quality really showed through.
And Straight Charge wanted to do a lot wrong today. Yeah,
that was a little bit surprising, but importantly, when the fight was on, he really knuckled down nicely. It looked like he was going to be beaten sort of quite easily at one point.
Like in the trial.
Like in the trial, and he came back. He's so incredibly tough, so it was a great result.
Well, Gay's won this 8 times now, and 3 times she's gone on to win the Slipper with a Breeders' Plate winner. So you'd hopefully something's there.
Yeah, I think we've got a strong hand in that regard. All of them performed very credibly today. So see how they all pull up and work out what path that is to get them there.
Well done.
Thanks very much.
Good on you.
3, 2. Congratulations, Buck. What a job. This horse, although he's 3 deep with a bit of cover, he has popped out about 4 wide around the home turn. Looked like he was going to explode, but it was just a tough effort.
It was a tough effort, Cor. Very impressed by this horse, and well done to James Harron. Obviously had a long association with him, and he's picked another really good colt here. They forked out a bit of money for him, but I can see why. He's great demeanour, and he's, for a 2-year-old, you think you're riding at old stages, so it's really impressive. He got into a nice run. Position had to come out a little early, but I was travelling so well, and he just didn't know how to put that second horse away, but it felt like he's got more upside, and he's a promising horse.
How do you feel after last night?
Pretty good, a bit better now, but overall we're pretty good.
Riding well, mate.
Thank you.
Paul's about to go and check the video footage of what happened in the box. He got cast in his stall, obviously. They put that camera in Red Zell's box. This is his Marzu's box, because he was scratched from the Premier before he won his 2nd Everest for much the same reason. Here we go in the 4th.
Last one's in. Over a mile. Racing now and jumping very sharply for Valor. Bounced out in front of Highlights, pretty handy Unspoken. Premise going forward with Bellatrix Black. Blonde Torn out deep, so's Kiss the Bride. Now the favourite Altivo is very, very wide out. Almost out near the University there, followed by Stroke of Luck. Then came Promises Kept. Renaissance Woman gets back from Mars a bit. Then Lure Me In. Kibosh, who drew the outside's been taken right back to last. So it's 4 Valor in front, by length or so. Racing to 2nd, Kiss the Bride. Highlights 3rd. And the favourite Altivo is getting into 4th position now. So Lloyd rolled the dice there, went forward, and now he's got a 1 out, 1 back position on the heavily back favourite. They're followed then by Premise. Unspoken down on the rails. Glontorn's caught right off the track. Promises Kept back in the field as wide as well. Then Bellatrix Black from Analyst. Then came Renaissance Woman, Stroke of Luck, Kibosh, Mars a bit, Lure Me In last of all. 600 metres to run. 4 Valor half in front to Kiss the Bride. Highlights of the red cap 3rd, followed by Glontorn covering ground. Altivo wedged between runners. Then Promises Kept rolling into the race. Renaissance Woman gets onto its back as they straighten up now. 4 Valor comes up the rise in front. Highlights is out now. Promises Kept stoked up going to 3rd. Altivo looking to come off heels as Renaissance Woman starts to wind up. 4 Valor under siege now from Highlights. Altivo getting a gap. Unspoken's going right up the rails. Renaissance Woman the outside. Unspoken and Highlights. Altivo's out now. Too late. Up the inside. Unspoken beat the lot of them. Unspoken beat Highlights and Altivo. Followed then by 4 Valor. Renaissance Woman, Promises Kept. Further back to Analysts from Bellatrix Black, Kibosh, Lure Me In, Mars a bit, Premise, Glontorn. Kiss the Bride dropped out to finish last.
Unspoken's going to win this on the inside, the white cap. Another one here for Tom Sherry this time. Peter and Paul Snowden, they were lined up across the track. Altivo was looking for runs. Highlights was there. Here is the last little bits. It's Unspoken, number 8 in the white cap over on the inside. Highlights in the Björn Baker colours, and Altivo coming at them, and that's the order. Inside to out. Unspoken, Highlights and Altivo.
Yeah, look, he's come back well, hasn't he? The barrier did help him there. He's come back well, up in grade a little bit and gets the job done. Highlights was well spec'd there at odds, and he's run a brave little race. Just got held up for a stride. I think it's more so him not having the hard run first up. He just wanted to overdo things a little bit for a while there, Altivo. So I'm sure he'll lift off that and be hard to beat next time. And Unspoken and Renaissance Woman just to run short. I thought she was going to cruise up to them on straightening there, Renaissance Woman, but she'll be better for the run and could be one to follow. But he's doing a good job. 2 from 2 this preparation. Yes,
there's Unspoken, almost scraping paint along the inside, and Paul Snowden just in time.
Yeah, look, he's a horse that likes a bit of little bit of clean air, and he got through late, which was good to see. But Tommy didn't panic, and he rode him extremely well and got the job done.
You're just taking your time with him now?
Yeah, look, we tested it. We really pondered about running him last week over 1900 and just thought just how fresh and well he is. Certainly going to travel well again at a mile tempo, and look, we were afforded the opportunity off a nice soft draw, and we got the job done again. But he's certainly a horse that we haven't got the top of him yet. He's a very shy. He's got that little bit of persona about him, the anxiousness inside and around other runners. So that's only going to come with more racing. He's still lightly raced, but he's certainly got some sort of ability.
And just tell us about the Marzu situation.
Well, just the last half an hour, how things can change. So he's just sort of got back to the guys got back to bring him down, and he's just walked out half a grade lane behind, and lucky enough, 12 months ago, well, longer than 12 months ago, before Redzell's second Everest, he walked out sore on the same day. So we decided to install a camera. He lives in his box. So now I'll go back and look at the footage for the last 2 or 3 hours, and I'll find exactly what happened. But it's more of a chiropractic thing. He's going to be there first thing in the morning. He'll realign him. I don't see this is going to hold us back, and the ambition is to probably trial him as long as he can fix that, and he passed some tests at what he's going to have to do from the vets. That's what we'll do.
Good luck with him.
Thank you.
Thank you. There's Paul Snowden. Just about all in. Noisy Boy comes up. Here's Darren.
Safai, and the light is on. We're ready to go. A mile ahead of them. Tom Kitten, a raging favourite. Racing now. Tom Kitten left with them. Port Lockroy's jumped quite well. There's plenty of speed here. Noisy Boy drawn wide out and pushy, and there's Raff Attack and Gambare as they settle in the early part, and Noisy Boy is going to charge up and take the lead from Raff Attack, who punches through. Gambare goes to a clear third. Pace looks strong in the early part. 2 lengths away to Pushy's got a good spot in front of Cicada, and Port Lockroy is going to settle dead set midfield. Then Longines being partnered by the favourite Tom Kitten, one off the fence. Further back in the race to Cap Farrar, followed by Jita. Well back at this point then is Kintyre from Longines Cafe Millennium, and Ravello is the last one. So Noisy Boy's got the field well stretched out at the 800 metres. Noisy Boy a length in front of Raff Attack, 2 lengths to Gambare, 2.5 then to Pushy, and a good gap back in the field to Cicada. Port Lockroy. Rawilla gets going now on the favourite Tom Kitten. He doesn't want to get too far out of his ground. Cap Farrar onto its back from Extreme Spirit, then came Ajita as they travel up to the home turn, and Noisy Boy turns the corner in front from Raff Attack with gas in the tank, then Gambare. Pushy starting to run on, 2 lengths away to Tom Kitten and Port Lockroy. Up the rise, Gambare, Raff Attack go to the front, Pushy's in hot pursuit. Tom's labouring a little bit, Port Lockroy needs room behind them. It's Gambare and Pushy fighting it out. Gambare the inside of Pushy. Tom Kitten tries to get into it. Gambare strong though, and Gambare wins the Dulcify. Beat Pushy, Tom Kitten third, followed by Raff Attack fourth, and then Port Lockroy. Good gap back to the rest. Ravello from Cap Ferrar and Kintyre. They're followed in by Long Jeans. Cafe Millennium making minor headway. Noisy Boy got very tired from Ajita, Extreme Spirit and Cicada.
It's a stable on fire. The Waterhouse and Botyard, they trifected the breeders played earlier. They've got the Dulcify with Gambare, and he's on the road to the Spring Champion. Holds off Pushy. His winning run comes to an end today, but not disgraced. And back in third spot will be Tom, the favourite. Number 1, Tom Kitten, will be third. It's 5, 6, 1 and 11 Raff Attack in fourth.
Well, he's just an unassuming horse, this fellow. He's always had ability. He's a laid-back character, and he doesn't, put gaps in him or anything like that. He just keeps chipping away. That's one tough performance, and it's hard to beat early speed in racing, isn't it? He was up there on a really hot speed, and he was there for the taking when Pushy just had the charm run, and was just a matter of time before he took over. But they're hard horses to get past, aren't they? Tom Kitten just lost contact with the pack, but still had his chance over the last 100 metres there, and Raff Attack battles on well. But a good, tough performance, and no fluke in that as well.
Yeah, I think the first 3 over the line were all 3 were very, very tough runs in the race. Tom Kitten obviously got detached from the field when the speed went on at about the 900 metre mark. But no, full credit to the winner, Gambare. It was a really, really tough win, right beyond the speed and boxed on solid.
The time for the mile, 1:34.07, pretty quick, 35.18 the last 600. Not a great deal of fuss about this horse, Adrian.
No, he's very uncomplicated, and he's a horse that just keeps improving with racing. Sort of coming through the provincial grades there, but just wanted to go there and give him a bit of confidence, and he was able to certainly take that and showed the good improvement today. And yeah, there's plenty more upside going forward.
He was up close. They weren't loafing.
No, and I think they actually suited him really well. Obviously there's plenty. Adam stretched out, but he just seemed in the right position there to pounce. He looked in a beautiful rhythm throughout. I knew he'd be strong late. He's going to appreciate getting out, 2,000 and even further. Mum was very tough over that sort of trip, and obviously the stallion certainly can produce him over that sort of distance. So throughout the race, I was really happy with where he's positioned.
Well done.
Thanks very much.
Ready to go on the Flight Stakes. Racing now. Tis Invincible jumped out about midfield. Tropical Squall bounded out of the gates in front and is an undisputed leader. Hasty Honey's quickly on the scene to second. Kamachi Handy from Summer Loving. Now Tis Invincible's out very, very wide. Zach Lloyd's going to need a lot of luck to try and get in from there. Unique Ambition underneath together with French Endeavour, then Private Legacy. Molly Nickers settles back. Followed after a length then to Tutar Levita from Miss Charlene and Captain Amelia's last of all. So Tropical Squall shows the way. A half on Hasty Honey second and Tis Invincible going forward. Strides into third. Well, the roles are reversed this time. Tis Invincible has to sit 3 wide, no cover. In contrast, Kamachi fourth on the rails, enjoying an economical run from Summer Loving. Then came Unique Ambition. 2 off then to Private Legacy. French Endeavour scrubbed up from Tutar Levita. Amelia. Well back in the field is Molly Nickers looking for clearer running from Captain Amelia. And Miss Jolene's last inside the 600. Tropical Squall just in front of Hasty Honey. Tis Invincible just been nudged along a bit coming around the turn. Komochi fourth on the rails and 2 lengths to Unique Ambition. Tropical Squall up the rise, extends the lead to 2.5 now on Tis Invincible, flat to the boards. Komochi's racing through, trying to get into second. Tutar Levita and Captain Amelia running on the outside. Tropical Squall's got a great kick though. Komochi goes to second, giving chase. Tropical Squall 2 in front, a length in front. Tropical Squall clings on, led all the way in the Flight Stakes. Beat Komochi, photo for third, Tutar Levita, and wide out Molly Nickers. Then came Captain Amelia. Private Legacy storming home on the rails. Tis Invincible had to do it tough today. She missed a place. Then Miss Jolene from Hasty Honey, Unique Ambition, a gap to Summer Loving, and French Endeavour.
History tells you that today is Tulloch Lodge's day. Tommy Smith won 13 Flight Stakes in his career, and today Gay brings up her 11th win in the Flight Stakes, and that is the third with Adrian. So it has been 24 times the Flight Stakes winner residing in a Smith's Waterhouse bot stable. Komochi will be second, and it might be Tutar Levita in the centre holding out Molly Nickers for third.
What a beautiful front running ride that was. He just steadied up, and quickened as they do at the right time. And yes, good filly. Geez, I think they bought her as a weanling for under $10,000. So that's a great foresight, if that's true, from Guri to buy this filly so cheaply as a young foal or weanling, and for her to just produce the goods here, coming a long way in a short time. You have to feel for Komochi. She's just run another brave race, battling on well. Tutar Levita, and I thought Molly Nickers was sensational after just losing the plot once they sprinted. To pick herself back up, I thought there was a huge effort from her moving forward in her career. But had a tough run, Tis Invincible, and she showed a little bit of heart there as well. But all honours with the winner. You make your own luck in this business.
And that is Adam Hieronymus's second career Group 1 win. So it's 2 for Adam Hieronymus, 22 for the combination of Gay and Adrian. And you can add on 134 that Gay had when she was training on her own. They've run 133.91, 35.23 the last 600. The Premier Stakes is next. Well done, Adrian. Congratulations. Another Flight Stakes for the stable.
Yeah, fantastic. Great filly to do it with. Famous colours as well. She's got that great racing style, a great racing pattern. She's always looked a big, strong and tough filly that we knew would run out the trip strongly, and Adam was able to make it a good test today and sort of work things into his favour.
Third in the T-Rose, but you were happy that she'd improved?
Yeah, most certainly. She was sort of second up there on a relatively quick turnaround, so wasn't necessarily rushed to get her there, but that was more the run that we thought she needed to have to condition her for a strong mile here. I still feel, given her breeding, she's got the potential to get over a bit further. So we'll see exactly what the path looks like after today.
And that's only, 3 runs in the campaign in a Group 1?
Yeah, she had a relatively sort of quick turnaround from her 2-year-old win, but she's able to get out and have a freshen up just to allow her to be able to sort of get through and sustain a big preparation that we've obviously got some big goals for her.
Great for Adam too, his second career Group 1.
Yeah, it's fantastic. He's been so strong on this filly all the way through. He's been very keen to stick with her wherever she went. So I'm delighted he's been able to execute it today and get another big win.
Congratulations.
Thanks very much.
Okay, up comes Athelrick and we're set. Here's Darren.
8 running here, stand by for a start, the Premier Stakes. Short odds, they're off and racing. He jumped only fairly, think about it. And Athelric bounded out of the gates in front from the stablemate Zapateo, who's right up there on the inside of Alcohol Free. Lost and Running slides forward on the rails, and the favourite tracks him through, think about it. Hawaii 5-0 taken back, followed by Bella Nipotina. And Kote's been snagged back to last, and East Keenwell. Lost and Running went right up the inside of the lot of them there. And Jamie Carr's found the front on Lost and Running by a length on Zapateo. Athelric didn't get across. It's caught 3 wide at the moment, followed then by Think About It, pushing through on the inside of Alcohol Free. 2 lengths to Bella Nipotina from Hawaii 5-0. 2 lengths last is Kote. Lost and Running, really looking to bounce back today. Led around the corner from Zapateo. Athelric, Think About It, travels well. Clipperton's eyeing off a rails run and getting it pretty quickly now. Alcohol Free and Restricted Room, and Hawaii 5-0 is running on really well down the outside. Think About It went up the inside to join Zapateo. Hawaii 5-0 wide out, and then Bella Nipotina running on. It's Think About It all out. Hawaii 5-0, Think About It. Hawaii 5-0 lunges. Oh, close here. Did the favourite hang on? Think About It. Maybe a nose to Hawaii 5-0. Bella Nipotina third, followed by Alcohol Free has run well. Further back to Kote, Zapateo, Athelric, Lost and Running. Photo finish.
It's a photo. It's a ding-donger. Think About It in Hawaii 5-0. One's already in the race, and I reckon the other one's about to get in. Win, lose or draw. Think About It in front. In the black and lime, here is Hawaii 5-0. For Harvey, Singleton and Hadley. Are they in the Everest? Have they won the Premiere? Here's the post.
Oh, no.
Favourite's nose goes down. The odds-on favourite is the winner of the Premiere. Think About It. What a run from Hawaii 5-0. He stretched Think About It like no horse has for a while.
What a horse. What a horse. We'll talk more and more about him, but I think we're not far off Newcastle.
2, 6, 9 and 8. 2, 6, 9 and 8. More from Randwick after this.
Phenomenal stuff there at Randwick now. They are moving in here.
Well done, Jamie Walder. He likes to win.
What's that, 9 on the trot?
Yeah.
No, 8. So, I beg your pardon. He sure does. He knows where that winning post is, but that was a little bit hairier than I would have liked.
Yeah.
I'll be speaking to my heart doctor on Monday.
You were so looking forward to seeing him back at the races today. It's been a long wait.
It has been, and a lot of expectation comes when you win 7 on the trot with a horse like this, but he's a dead-set winner, isn't he?
Yeah. And he's going to improve in 2 weeks' time. That would be the plan from Joe all along.
I'd like to think so. Pretty hard run today, but he's an exceptional horse.
You got 2 in the Everest. Private Eye, I think he had a day out here today too, did he? Did he come for the trip?
Yes, old Private came in. He had the front seat on the float, I think.
It's going to be a great 2 weeks. Enjoy it.
Thanks very much.
Here's Sam.
Well done, Sammy. Group 2 race, but I bet you that felt like a Group 1 win.
Oh, it sure did. And, you know, when a horse like this returns, you know, his picket fence is starting to get a little bit hard to ignore, but I don't read into it. Just ride the horse jump for jump, and it's just great to have him back. He's a horse that, even though he's doing what he's doing in a multiple Group 1 winner or whatever, he's still learning. He was a little bit in familiar territory today, and that when I ended up the fence, the place that I didn't want to be, I just had to, you know, when Lost and Running rolled off, just had to punch him through it and hit the front way too soon. But the run presented, I had to get him mobile. It was a perfect run for him because it just, again, seasons his head a bit more. He's basically only dashed up 2 furlongs, and I'm certain that this horse will take a lot of improvement out of today. You can even see his coat. It's coming to hand, but it's still a bit raspy and not quite that silk coat that he gets, and he's amazing.
Hawaii 5-0 looked like he had you on toast. Did he surge again at the 50?
Oh, most definitely, and then I didn't pull him up till over at the mile crossing. So I think, again, he's hit the front so early and was looking for challenges. One of this horse's greatest attributes is that when he's going to summing down his sights, he really surges towards it, and he had nothing in front of him from the 300 metres. And, you know, when you've got a quality horse like Hawaii 5-0 chasing you down, especially with the way how Gay and Adrian's stable's going today. Plus Hawaii 5-0 has had the run on the board and my horse hasn't. So, like I said, I'm pretty certain this horse will be cherry ripe in 2 weeks' time.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.
Randwick Mile for a famous race as Rachel King brings up political debate to complete the line for the Tab Epsom.
And they're locked and loaded. There's the light. The Tab Epsom field about to be let loose. Here we go. They're off and racing. Kovalika didn't jump well, nor did Kerwin's Lane. Golden Mile was sharp into stride and is going to lead from Radina and Williamsburg, followed by Barbie's Fox. Converge not in the hunt early. Going Global's going forward, together with Pounding Deep out on the outside of Communist. Further back to Diamond and Converge caught deep. Democracy Manifest midfield from the Inevitable, and Nugget caught a little bit deep. They're followed further back by Kovalika on the rails from Kerwin's Lane. Madam Pomry settles well back in the field, together with Hope in Your Heart. She might be caught a bit wide there going into the first bend, and well back is My Oberon on the outside of Political Debate. So Golden Mile leads them up down the side in the hands of Blake Shin narrowly from Williamsburg. Radina gets a great run, third on the rails, and going forward now is Nugget. Oliver couldn't get in, so he said let's go, and the favourite Nugget now moves up on the outside of Golden Mile, a long way from home. 2 lengths to Williamsburg third, followed by Radina staying put on the rails from Going Global the outside. 2 lengths then to Communist, followed by Barbie's Fox pounding out deep. Hope in Your Heart being scrubbed up by Williams, trying to get into it as they come around the home corner now, and Golden Mile comes back on Nugget. Golden Mile a length and a half on Nugget, followed by Williamsburg. Radina getting a gap, further back to Kovalika working into the clear. Hope in Your Heart coming down the outside together with Mo Oberon, but Golden Mile has a good lead inside the 150. Golden Mile 2 in front. Radina, Democracy Manifest charging home. Golden Mile in front from Radina. Kovalika wide out. Radina just won it, I'd say, from Kovalika. Golden Mile. Then came Barbie's Fox, Democracy Manifest, the Inevitable, and wide out Hope in Your Heart with My Oberon. Further back to Williamsburg, Diamond, Pounding, Converge. Nugget weakened out from Going Global. Further back to Communist, Political Debate, Kerwin's Lane, and Madam Pomery.
Radina is going to win the Epsom for Chris Waller and Kathy O'Hara. Number 17, Radina, will hold out the stablemate Kovalika wide out. You can't see his nose. Golden Mile. Blake Shin slowed them down in the mid stages and he tried to get away. But Radina's grabbed him and held off Kovalika. Radina first, Kathy O'Hara, her third career Group 1. Chris Waller, it keeps rolling, 152 career Group 1s, and another Epsom to make it 5.
Well, there's a photo for the wall for Kathy, that's for sure, beating the Magic Man with a beautiful ride in the big Group 1 Epsom there. The barrier made the difference. She rode him just behind the speed. There was no intent from anyone. She nearly pulled their pants down and would have won that race if Nugget didn't bolt mid-race there. So a marvellous race. This horse is just so underrated, and he just keeps jumping the bar and improving. All honours to him. He's back on business now, Kovalika. He's only second up here with a lot more to come. And Initiative nearly got the Golden Mile home. He was just unfortunate for that mid-race move.
Weighs in. A special moment for your stable, Chris. Well done.
Very special for Kathy and Charlie, and that's just, it's fitting result. Simple as that.
Well, you were here at the Bill Ritchie, 2 weeks ago, and you were umming and ahhing whether to come back here or not.
Yeah. He was always set for the race after Queensland, but just things got away on us, and he was only having his first up run 2 weeks ago, but Kathy did a great job on that day, and he gets into the race with a nice light weight and a nice draw again today. And she's an amazing horse person. She lives for her horses, and Charlie's obviously great.
Yeah, they've been great. Charlie's been fantastic to you. He's been your right-hand man. And, of course, they're looking after Nature Strip these days, aren't they?
They are. They had him here looking terrific, and Kathy was out shampooing Nature Strip and getting him looking right for today, then gets in the car, throws the silks on and rides a Group 1 winner. Pretty fitting.
Yeah, she's there for you a lot. Well, this horse has come a long way. A Guncy to a Bill Ritchie to an Epsom.
Most unassuming horse. Just like a kid's pony. He's so quiet, and he's become a stable pet pretty quickly.
Yeah, I reckon he might have helped Max and Neil pay for their slot too.
They might want him now.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Well done, Chris. 152 Group 1 victories and 5 Epsoms for the stable. We'll bring you Kathy and Charlie in a moment. Has there ever been, and the answer is no, 2 females ride a Group 1 winner on the one program?
And two big featured Group 1 double too.
That's right. So Rachel King holds the greatest chance of that happening with the odds-on favourite. $1.75 Just Fine in the Metro.
And there's the light. A mile and a half ahead of them. And they're off in the Metropolitan. And jumping quite well, the favourite Just Fine with Benno the inside. Now a bit of speed wide out, Spirit Ridge going forward. Navajo Peak pretty handy as well. Then Major Beale and Wineglass Bay. Just behind them is Carla Poor from Torrance. Cleveland out very deep in a tricky spot. Manzois up the fence from Alabir. Bois de Jean, Ho-Ho Calm, Military Mission wide. And Mr. Waterville had flopped back to a clear last. Spirit Ridge leads inside the 2,000 metres with Navajo Peak striding to second. And the favourite gets leaders back Just Fine, travelling in third. A length and a half further back, we've got a line of 3. Benno the Rouse from Wineglass Bay, and Major Beale is cast a bit deep at this point. Further back to Cleveland, who's 3 horses out. On the outside of Carla Poor, then came Manzois, Torrens on a wide path. Further back to Alabir from Bois de Jean, Ho-Ho Calm, Military Mission. Good gap back to Mr. Waterville, taking a while to get into his rhythm back last of all. So Spirit Ridge leads at the 1400, a length on Major Beale, and Navajo Peak now third. A length further back to Just Fine, the odds-on favourite into a clear fourth, still over towards the inside, 2 lengths away to Wineglass Bay. Then came the grey Benno on the rails, 2 lengths further back to Cleveland, who slipped in now, 1 off the fence around Carla Poor. Further back in the field then to Torrens from Alabir, Manzois, Military Mission, Ho-Ho Khan, Bois de Jean, and last of all is Mr. Waterville, who's really tacked on now. There'd be about 15 lengths covering the Metrop field down the side. Spirit Ridge leads at the 800 metres, a half length now. Major Beale, Just Fine pushes through into a clear third in advance of Navajo Peak. 2 lengths then to Benno from Wineglass Bay. Torrens off the track now. Mr. Waterville is set alight going right around the field as they race inside the 600 metres. Spirit Ridge a half in front to Major Beale. Just Fine is locked up at the moment in third, followed then by deeper out Cleveland pulling out from Mr. Waterville, who's hit a flat spot. Military Mission wide out. The favourites out now. Spirit Ridge in front, and here's Just Fine going to it quickly, and Just Fine moves up on the outside of Spirit Ridge, and they're well clear from the rest. Just Fine and Spirit Ridge inside the 200 metres in a real good stoush here. Spirit Ridge showing plenty of fight. Rachel King driving hard on Just Fine. The favourite ahead in front, Just Fine. Spirit Ridge really trying to come back. Just Fine, a brave Metropolitan win. Wanted to head to Spirit Ridge, they gap the rest. Carla Poor third, followed by Benno, Cleveland, Bois de Jean, Military Mission, then Ho-Ho Khan. Further back to Torrens, Alabir, Wineglass Bay, then Manzois. From Navajo Peak, Major Beale and Mr. Waterville.
History's been created here at Randwick today. It's the Golden Girls. Kathy O'Hara in the Epsom. Rachel King in the Metropolitan. They've won Group 1s together. The punters are cheering here at Randwick. The odds-on favourite backed as if unbeatable. Just Fine. And look who's congratulating. Rachel King, the first to do it. Kathy O'Hara, who's just won the Epsom. Well, Just Fine has created an unbelievable impression here in Australia. He's 3 from 3. And he's won the Metrop, Ronnie, with guts and determination.
Well, he needed every bit of that guts and determination. You're sitting there curling the mow as they turned for home, and it got hairier and hairier and hairier for the thrill seekers, and into a $1.60 across the board there on the totes late, and was only a bob of the head. That's as far as he wants to go, but job done, and it is a day for the Golden Girls. And Spirit Ridge, well, boy, didn't he give a fight there and made a real race of it.
What a ride. That was one of the best Group 1 rides I've seen. Rachel King, she could have been tempted after his last couple of wins, and he's been getting sort of out in front and high-balling, especially early into the straight, but she just took her time, let him gather up momentum. Yeah, absolute 10 out of 10.
I just want to see that moment again when Kathy gives Rachel the knuckles as they pull up over there near the back straight. So it has been a day for the girls, and we don't believe this has ever happened where 2 females have ridden a Group 1 winner each on the same program. Ahead the winning margin, 226.11, 36.3. Ahead the winning margin. And yet another feature for Gay and Adrian. I kept on telling you that this is their day. Well, Gay Waterhouse makes it 9 Metropolitans. Yes, that's right, 9 wins in this race. But Adrian, congratulations on your first with a wonderful stayer.
Yeah, he's fantastic. You know, great to see. It was a spectacular finish. Had a real fight on his hands today. So really proud of him to fight the way in which he did. And you know, they've just run time hearing that. So you know, full credit to the second horse. He wouldn't lie down, and I was partly worried up the straight, but he dug very deep.
They've broken the track record.
Yeah, so they've gone out. Good speed, good tempo, and you know there was a few question marks over whether he could say that sort of trip today. No doubt the weight had helped, but you know to be running track records, there's got to be pressure on from the outset. So he's been able to answer that today.
And normally when they run track records, they're doing it all day, but this is a one-off.
Yeah, certainly. And this performance isn't in isolation with him either. He's had the 3 runs in Australia now and been very, very impressive in each of them. And to get to a Group 1 very, very quickly in such a short time here in Australia has certainly been very impressive.
What was your first impression of him?
He's always stood out for us early days. He showed tremendous speed, more so than most Europeans had coming here. But as I said, how quickly he's progressed through the grades has probably taken me a bit by surprise.
Yeah. And everyone questioned his 2,400 metre form. It hadn't happened for him over there, but he's just a different horse, surely.
A different horse here. He seems to be thriving under the conditions. Physically, he looks great. He's done very well. Look, no doubt came here today thinking they would like to make it a test. If anyone sort of thought there was going to be a chink in his armour, that would be the question that needed to be answered. So we're expecting a strong test, and you know Rachel was sort of able to keep her nerve and sort of ride a lovely measured race on him.
Well, I'm trying to delve into a bit of history here. I know Gay would have done it many times, but how many Group 1 doubles for Adrian Bott?
No, I'm not sure. That's hopefully the first.
Yeah, of many.
Hopefully.
Yeah, it's been a great day.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Well done. We're all set the last.
There's the light now. Good to go on the last. Here we go. Racing now, much better. Hit the gates running, so did Recommendation the outside. And the pair go head and head early. Fierce and improving, and now Caboose bursting through the middle, so it's a good go for the lead. What He Goes will settle in fifth. Then came Airman. 2 lengths away to Rabamas from Dynamic Impact. Pizarro deep out from Thalassafala. Frumos is well back, and Knight's Choice sees them all. Caboose takes the front now by a length here on much better. Fierce and a bit keen in third inside Recommendation. A length further back to What He Goes. A length and a half to Airman. Further back to Rabamos. Pizarro's working in the runner. On the outside of Dynamic Impact. 2 lengths to Frumos, Thalassafala, and Knight's Choice 3 lengths away. Coming into the straight, and the favourite Caboose swings in front from much better the outside. Recommendation of the pink strides up. So does Airman on the outside, running into it nicely. Caboose under pressure here. Looks like the favourite's tapped out. Much better hit the lead, but here he comes. Airman flying into it down the middle of the track, and Airman storms away. What He Goes to second. Rabamos flushing home, but Airman way too good in the last. Beat What He Goes. Photo third. Dynamic Impact, Pizarro, and Rabamos not far away on the rails. Further back to Recommendation, along with Frumos. Knight's Choice got warmed up at the end from Thalassafala. Then Fairson. Caboose dropped right out today, folded up like a deck chair, along with much better.
They went out too quick. The first section from the 1,000 to the 800, 10.55, and then 11.19. And then they got slower, 11.4, 11.23 and 11.42. They couldn't keep going. Look at Airman cruising up to them. And he has won. Corey, another one. 6, what is that? 6 out of 10?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, did your tip think about it and just fine?
I did.
Well, we're not counting them. 4. 4 for the day. No, that's great, Corey. 6 out of 10 today. You beat Gay and Adrian, who only won 4.
Outstanding tipping. I'm happy with just the 1 to 2 of the truth of the last. Look, he was always in control there. He just slotted in off that hot speed and was pretty well all over from the point of the turn. He's a really nice horse, this fellow. Maybe more so in the autumn than next year rather than the spring, but he'll just pick another nice race for him. Team Hawks, they will, and I think he can continue on the upward spiral. So all honours with him, and a great ride.
Yeah, he had a lot of presence when he walked in the yard today, Ronnie. I thought his run first up was terrific there at Rosehill. Again, I just thought he'd slot into a perfect spot, and as Greg said, that they were just going way too hard up front, so it set up really well for Zach Lloyd. He settled back 3 pairs, just let the horse go through its gears. He's riding really well, this kid.
19.1, 19.10. 33.94 the last 600. Michael Hawkes, well done. They just went too quick.
No, Greg, he's airborne. That's what he is.
Yeah, going great.
He's flying, you know. He's just a big kid. He really doesn't know what it's all about yet, and sky's the limit, really.
1,200 metres today. What's his progression? How far does he stretch out in journey? Because he is a 4-year-old.
Does he have to?
No, I'm just asking the question because I'm thinking a 4-year-old 1,500 Golden Eagle. Is he that good?
He's good enough for 1,200. He'd be good enough for 15 to a mile. He just relaxes beautifully. I know he had no weight today, but he just does things at home that other horses don't do. And, I spoke to Rupert Lee, Darren Thomas. I just said, look, this horse, he's unbelievable. Zach rode him well. He got him in the right position from an ordinary barrier, and the other horse bumped him half up the straight, but then when he actually let pay to him, he really let rip, and he's got a very bright future.
So you're speaking like he's your next star.
He could be.
Well done.
Thank you.
Michael Hawkes. So they've run 1.9.10 off that very hot speed, 33.94, 18, 9, 16 and 13 are the numbers. A length and 3/4 by 3/4. Here comes Zach with Corey.
Well done, Zachy. Frustrating day, mate, but happy to get it in the last.
Yeah, it's always good to just keep the head throughout the day, and lucky to be on these nice horses, and finish the day strong. It was very impressive.
Does he feel as good as he looks?
Yeah, he does. He done that in the second gear today. I've always had a lot of confidence in him. First up, he only had the one soft trial and come up against some nice sprinters, and he done well to run third in that race, but he's come along since then. Still got a bit to go. He's still a bit big, but very nice.
Well done, buddy.
Thank you. Well done to you too.
Thank you.
Okay, 18, 9, 16 and 13. That wraps up Royal Randwick today on a high note. Airman, too good for them. in the final event of the day. And we'll be back to wrap it up on Thoroughbred Weekly tomorrow from 9. What a day. Adam Hieronymus, Kathy O'Hara and Rachel King, the Group 1 winning jockeys. Gay and Adrian get a double. And Chris Waller wins his 5th Epsom.